All right, good evening. I'd like to call to order the public meeting of the Interboro Board of School Directors for Wednesday, July 17th, 2024. I'll be running the meeting as Mr. Chabon is on vacation. Can we go ahead and have a roll call, please?
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Mr.
Thank you.
Cleaver?
Here.
Ms. Wilkin?
Here.
Mr. Willis?
Here.
Ms. Joseph?
Here.
Mr. Harris?
Here.
Ms. Fagan? Mr. Goldsboro?
Here.
Mr. Evans?
Here.
And Mr. Chabon.
Okay, so can we go ahead and have the invocation, please?
Heavenly Father, please hear our prayer. Bless all schools, colleges, and especially the Interboro School District, and grant to this board in their deliberations this evening the spirit of wisdom, truth, and knowledge. May our deliberations be guided by the pursuit of excellence in education, ensuring the well-being of our students and the prosperity of our community. All this we seek for the betterment of education. Amen.
Thank you. And the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America,
to the
to the
republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next up, number 2 is public comment. Do we have any public comment tonight?
No.
Okay. Then we'll go ahead and move on to number 3, the minutes, acceptance of the minutes.
Motion 3.1 that the following minutes of the regular meeting of the Interboro School Board of Directors held on June 19th, 2024 be approved.
The motion's been moved and the motion's been moved. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion's been moved and seconded. Can we go ahead and have a vote? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 The motion passed. What's that? 7-0, correct?
Yeah.
That was 7 ayes.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you. All right, next up will be number 4, the solicitor's report.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Did I jump in on anyone?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening. I have a very short report. As most school folks are aware, July 1 is the deadline for the budget. But along with the budget often comes period of time where the legislature is active. So we pay attention to all types of new legislation that was established and signed by the governor. Additionally, there is a lot that goes into the budget that is not just dollar related. The codes and the fiscal codes oftentimes change procedures for districts and their business offices, and occasionally the grants. So we're paying attention to the budget, which was just recently passed. It was late, but it was passed. I don't necessarily have the fiscal specific fiscal numbers as it would relate to Interboro School District, but I am going through the document and we are looking at it from a procedural standpoint. And that would conclude my report this evening, Mr. Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. Pupio. Next, can we have the next motion, please?
Yes, from the Finance Office, motion 5.1, motion that the Treasurer's Report for the month ending in June 30th, 2024 be approved.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Do we go ahead and have a vote? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion passes 7-0. Next motion, please.
Point of order, it's 8-0.
It's 8 now?
Ms.
Yes.
Fagan just entered the meeting, yes.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Harris. Point of order is taken. 501 passed 8-0.
All right, motion 5.02 that the fund disbursements in the amount of $9,287,193.57 be approved.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Can we have a vote, please? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion's passed 8-0. Next up is correspondence. Do we have any correspondence this time?
No correspondence, Mr.
We
Evans.
do not.
All right, then the very next thing is committee reports number 7. I do have a very brief capital improvement committee report. We did meet on the 11th at our regular Thursday 12:30 in the afternoon meeting. We got an update on progress on the additions at the high school. Some information on the change orders for roofs at a couple of the elementary schools, as well as at the time, an unpublished schedule for the parking lot completion work. We had asked for a detailed timeline, essentially giving us milestones to give us a measure of confidence that the work will be completed before the start of school for the front and back parking lot. The only thing that will not be complete for the start of school is the new back road, and that's partly because of the Interboro Mountain that is still back there, and some other work that needs to go on before that can be paved. But according to the contract schedule, all 3 lots, that's the bus lot, the front lot, or the bus parking lot, the old tennis courts, the front lot where will need be the new bus drop off, and the bigger back lot will all be completed by August 22nd, as per the contractor's schedule. That was a big concern, coming up towards the beginning of school. No change on the expected delivery date for the electrical switchgear. As you can see, the window frames are in on the front addition. A lot of the interior work is near completion, and the bricklaying is almost complete on the back stair tower. And I'm sure the window frames will be going in there shortly as well. We are making some accommodations for the opening of school that will allow the contractor to still have access to the building right in the corner where the new cafeteria addition meets the old school, because they'll still have to have the ability to hoist things onto the roof and things like that. But other than that, the parking lots will be ready for the start of school. Okay. Any other questions? And if anybody needs that schedule, I can forward it to you from Steve Garner. Any questions on that?
Yeah, just one thing, Mr. Evans. Yeah, I would like that schedule if you get a chance. I'd like a copy of that. And then the other thing is, I was speaking to a couple of individuals, part of Norwood Borough. I know that Norwood Borough might be interested in some of the fill from Mount Interboro in the back there. And so some of the borough, you might want to offer, if they're looking at wanting to take some of that, if some of the boroughs might be interested in some of the fill that's back there for use within the community.
All right, well, thank you for that heads up, but we'll just have to be careful about the restrictions on the type and whatever happens to be contained in the soil.
Yeah,
so we'll have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, but
whether or not it can be brought off site or if it has to be disposed of in a certain manner. Okay.
Mr. Goldsboro, Mr. Evans, we can talk with Dewey and Terraform, the engineers, and see if that's possible. And then we can reach out to the boroughs and see if that, we can make that happen. We'll do some research on that. Okay.
Great.
Okay, thank you. Well, then next up, number 8, Mr. Goldsboro.
Yes, from the Office of Personnel, motion that the following personnel items be approved: 8.01 on page 2 to 8.04 on page 3.
Second.
The motion's been moved and seconded. Can we have a vote, please? Or any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 8-0. Next, number 9.
Motion number 9 with regret that the following retirements be approved. Kathy Toyer, instructional assistant at Prospect Park School with 8 years of service to Interboro School District, be approved for retirement effective June 13th, 2024.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on the board? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion carries 8-0, and we would like to thank Mrs. Thoyer for her service. Moving on to number 10.
All right, from the Office of Curriculum and Instruction, motion that the following items be approved: 10.01 on page 3 to 10.09 on page 4.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion carries 8-0. Next motion, please.
From the Office of Special Education and Pupil Services, motion that the following items be approved: 11.01 on page 4 to 11.15 on page 6.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 8-0. Next motion, please.
From the Office of Technology, motion that the following items be approved: 12.01 and 12.02.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 8-0. Next motion, please.
From the Office of Facilities, motion that the following items be approved: item 13.01.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from the board? So just real quick comment. This was discussed in our work session. This was some unforeseen circumstances with the conditions of the roof, especially at Tinicum. And these are change orders that we're approving towards that contract. No other questions or comments. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 8-0. Next motion, please.
From the Office of Finance, motion that the following items be approved: 14.01 and 14.02.
Second.
Motions have been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 8-0. Next motion, please.
From Capital Improvement, motion that the following motions be approved: 15.01 and 15.02.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 8-0. Next motion, please.
Motion 16 that the motion that the Board of School Directors approve the second readings of the following policies in the categories of pupils and employees. For pupils, 248 for unlawful harassment, and 255 for educational stability for children in foster care. Rescind the policy. And under employees, number 348, on unlawful harassment.
second,
Motion's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 8-0. Is there any old business to come before the board? Any new business to come before the board? I'd like to just quick shout out, thank Mr. Harris for stepping up and seconding these motions, and filling the gaps.
second,
Can I make a comment too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I just want to wish the girls, the Borough girls that have made it to the Babe Ruth World Series. That's a huge accomplishment. They're doing a lot of fundraising, so if you guys can get out, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for them to get out there and do it, and this is a huge accomplishment for them. So if you guys can, you see it on Facebook and everything, and it's a 10 and under team, but it's a great opportunity and it's a great thing for our district to see these kids out there. Last year it was media, now it's, Interboro's coming out. Interboro's coming out and they're showing what we got. And these kids are great. They're great kids. Glenn,
Yep.
so
It's a 10U girls softball
Yes.
team traveling to Alabama for the World Series. If
Yep.
anybody's interested tonight, there actually is a fundraiser at Italiano's
Yeah.
in Prospect Park. So just mention them if you're planning on ordering out or getting any food from there today. There it goes towards that. And
Yeah,
I think they're going to be having a pep rally coming up.
Yeah.
I
trying to
think,
get some
yeah.
people to rally around them, and even we're gonna get some people to rally around, but it's a great opportunity for these kids. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Not many kids get this, so I'm proud of them, and this is awesome.
Yeah, we had a lot of Nord Athletic Club had a lot of successful seasons, beating a lot of undefeated teams at the end of the season for
Yeah.
championships. So
Absolutely, and kudos to you guys too. I can't believe you guys beat Springfield. I'm so really, but you know what? It's come a long way, and it's a great opportunity for these kids, and just to rally around them is a great thing to do.
Thanks for bringing that up, Danielle.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It-
Danielle,
it's great.
thank you
Sorry.
for bringing that up, and thank you for helping to lead that effort. Because I know you spend an awful lot of energy and time on the softball program, you and Glenn both. So thank you for being leaders in the community.
Well, we don't just do softball, but at the same time, sports in general, because
Yeah.
kids, sports in general, it keeps them out of trouble, and Jack, I know you've done it
Absolutely,
with the
absolutely,
club.
yeah.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. So, thank you. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you again. It's always good to bring good news to light. Any other new business for the board? If not, I'll turn to the superintendent for her comments
It's July. There's a lot happening in the district right now, lots of projects within the schools. I would just ask parents to keep their eyes out and check their email, as we do have some updates coming out in the next week or two. And I was not aware of the girls' 10 and under softball team, but on behalf of the administration, I wish them the best. And good luck as they head to Alabama. Thank you.
And then one other announcement, the community did lose a major contributor and leader this past week in the form of Mr. Cliff Engel, who was a one-time police chief for Prospect Park, fireman forever, and the mayor of Glen Olden. He was laid to rest this past week, and the community will miss him greatly. Beyond that, please visit the Interboro School District website at www.interboroSD.org for further information on the meetings listed below. There will be a Capital Improvement Committee meeting held virtually on Tuesday, August 13th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. The next work session of the Interboro Board of School Directors will be held virtually on Monday, August 19th, 2024 at 7 p.m. The next regular monthly public meeting of the Interboro Board of School Directors will be held virtually on Wednesday, August 21st, 2024 at 7 p.m. as well. That concludes our business for this evening. I'm going to adjourn the public meeting at 7:22. Thank you all and enjoy the summer.